And there is the horn for Windy City Dragons, and boat 7 is the U24 South Breeze team. And there is the horn for boat 1 to head to 5 is South Breeze, boat 6 is Windy City Dragons, and boat 7 is the U24 South Breeze team. And there is the horn for boat 1 to head to the start line. Remember, they start the clock when they get past the yellow and black marker. That is the official start. And boat 1 is underway officially. Here comes boat 2, Heat, Senior B Mixed. Slightly higher stroke rate at the start. They'll settle in shortly. And they're officially underway. Here comes boat 3, which is Lone Star Dragons. And the boats are starting in a box behind the start line. Boat 4 is accelerating towards the start line. Boat 4 is NBP Paddling, a home team here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here comes boat 5, which is South Breeze from Southern California. Here comes boat 6, Windy City Dragons from Chicago. And so far we have clean water for all boats. And boat 7, South Breeze U24, is underway. With us here in the tower during this race, we have several members of the Warriors, which is a member of the Grand Masters Dragon Boat Club from the Villages. You may have heard me earlier get confused between the San Francisco Dragon Warriors and the Grand Masters Dragon Warriors team. Kerry was referring to the Warriors, San Francisco, and I was referring to the Grand Masters Club, so we got the teams confused. Welcome. We've got 3 members of their Senior D Mixed team and a spokesperson for the Warriors with us. Folks, what would you care to say about your Senior D program?
Well, thank you very much for that intro, and especially the start of this race. I hope it's going to be a great race. Our D division is really strong within the Villages. Our Leatherneck Warriors team consistently places really well, and what we want to show is that people that are over 70 and frankly over 80 can really do a great job and can win, can compete, and can show how people can have real fun in this sport. So we brought some of our more mature individuals with us, and so maybe we can turn it over to Tennessee, who is also on, and she can talk a bit about her experience being on this team.
We've got the boats going through the first turn. Everybody's making the first turn cleanly. No drama in the turn. That is a good thing. Tennessee, take it away.
Well, I just wanted to speak up and say what a wonderful sport this is for the older people. And I think that I am one of those people, and I've been around for a pretty good while, and it is what has kept me young. I forget how old I am, and I think that I'm the same age as those Senior B teams are, and suddenly somebody reminds me and puts me on the D boat, and I just put out everything I've got, and we want this D division to enlarge and have more people participate in it, and you paddle more and age less.
And Mary, just a quick, I know it's not appropriate to ask a lady how old she is, but maybe in this case you could help us understand that better.
Well, I am 87, and I don't mind you asking because I am very proud of what I'm doing at this age. I have done everything continuously all my life. Thank God for all of that. And I want more people to realize that this is a sport for you.
Mary, just if my memory is correct, you also won a medal at the Florida Senior Games in a running event?
That's correct.
So it's overall conditioning. It's not just paddling, it's staying active in multi-sports.
That's correct. I also have done pickleball and tennis and a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
So we also have with us Joe, who is another one of our mature people, and Rini. All three were on the gold winning. They're going to be weighted down with 3 gold medals coming out of this event.
Congratulations, it's great. Back to the race, coming into the second turn. It is still Seattle Saki Senior B small boat out front. Heat is still in second, but 3, which is Lone Star Dragons, has closed the gap, and 4, NBP Paddling is closing the gap as well. Everybody's going into the turn cleanly. There's no overlap. Everybody's in the corridor. Actually, Saki's going a little wide. They don't need to, but they're going wide. Heat is taking the inside lane in the turn, as is Lone Star Dragons is following Heat closely, as is Nathan Benderson Paddling. Boat 5, South Breeze, is coming into the turn nice and clean. Boat 6, Windy City Dragons, and boat 7 is the South Breeze U24, another clean turn. So good job for the teams here. So back to our guests. We were having a little bit of a debate before. Warriors is out of the villages. My team is primarily villages. We're not a villages team. The Grandmaster Dragon Boat Club has over 400 members, correct?
That is correct.
And the debate was, is it 9 individual teams or 11 individual teams? And we think it's 9 competitive teams and 2 purely recreational teams.
Seems reasonable. I think we're all competitive in our own little way.
Okay, so the Villages, which is a little over 2 hours north of here, is probably got more Senior C, Senior D, and some Senior B paddlers than any individual town in the world.
Yeah, we have 3.
Okay, we're starting to get some overlap now. We're getting Lone Star Dragons overtaking Heat, and NBP Paddling is coming up inside Lone Star Dragons, so it's getting to be a very competitive race. This third turn could get interesting because Lone Star already has overlap on Heat. It looks like NBP Paddling is going to have overlap on Heat, so they will have right away through the turn. And it's going to be interesting. NBP Paddling is going to run out of real estate on Lone Star, but I think Lone Star may pick up enough distance on Seattle to get overlap. They've still got about 75 meters to determine who has right of way. So it's going to be an interesting third turn. So far, Lone Star has not made up the gap on Seattle. Maybe Seattle's feeling the pressure and put a surge on. Going to watch this turn and then go back to our guests. So far, it's a clean turn. 1 is maintaining its lead. 3, Lone Star is now in second, so they've made up about 30 seconds. And 4 did not make up the gap to get overlap, but they're following 3 closely into the turn. And then Heat is coming up in 4th. Okay, coming out of the turn, Lone Star on the inside has made a pass. And it looks like boat 4 is NBP Paddling getting ready to pass Seattle Saki on the inside. On this final leg, the boats can move to find clean water and avoid the wash, and with these small boats, wash and chop affects them. So going back to the Warriors and Grand Masters, if you had to encourage people to paddle in a senior C or senior D boat, especially senior D, what would be your sales pitch?
Yeah, I'd say first, move to the villages. It is great. We've got probably 4 very competitive teams in B, C, and D between the Heat, the Leatherneck Warriors, the Blackhearts team, and the new team, Eastport. And the investment that the Villages is doing in the Eastport facility and our Sumter Lake really makes it a place where we're going to be spending a huge amount of time on the water, competing and making everyone better. So that would be the first thing I would suggest people do.
Okay, that's good to hear. And being a president of the Villages, I know how much the developers of the Villages have put into. They've built a whole new purpose-built lake on the south end of the Villages that I believe is a 1,000-meter straight-line race, and their goal is to host major events there eventually. Okay, coming down to the last 100 meters, it is boat 3, Lone Star Dragons, in the lead. Looks like boat 4, which is NBP Paddling on the inside, is in second, and Seattle Saki's hanging in there in third. With about 20 meters to go, it is still Lone Star, followed by NBP Paddling, followed by Seattle Saki. At the unofficial finish, it's going to be Lone Star in first, second NBP Paddling, third is going to be Seattle Saki. Because of the stagger on the Heat, we've got to wait for results. And Heat needs to get it straight to finish in the lane. Looks like he broke for the...
He wanted to go to the beach
hasn't
early.
crossed the line yet.
Oh, man.
He needs to get it back across the line. Coming across the final race is 7, which is South Breeze U24.
I think technically, Mark, he might be able to back it up over the line, actually.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Is that I've never had this question before. Well, it looks like they're turning around and they're going to make their very spirited finish over after they turn. I don't think they've taken on too much water, which is good. They're not sinking or anything.
I didn't see him taking out of the water. He
No.
just went sideways.
Yeah. It happens. As we said, these small boats, too, they turn on a dime. So
yeah,
once
it starts turning,
Yep.
you're turning.
Yep. All right, so they're going to finish over that line. They just have to take a couple strokes.
They're going to finish, get an official time, and get the points straight.
That's right.
So now these boats do the jungle cruise around the island back to marshalling.
And there's a nice close-up of boat number 2. That is, in fact, Heat. And then, again, this is the Senior B Mixed.
Yes. So going back to the Senior D, the Villages, the hotbed of C and D racing in Florida, other teams around the country. We see Seattle Saki had a D team. We spoke to them earlier. I believe